Hello besties, and welcome back to another behind the scenes vlog of running my mail club. And honestly, this mail club month might be the most chaotic mail club month that I've been having so far, because long story short, I actually moved super recently. I think you guys would already know that at this point, by the time that this video goes live, potentially, but if not, I moved and the timing of everything has just been insane. And obviously with a mail club, it's something that you're running every single month. So it's not like you send all of the letters out and then you're done. It's just like the process restarts itself over again. And so basically what that means for me and the last month that I've had is I went on a 2-week trip out of town. I was gone, not in my hometown. So I sent all of the mail club letters for the previous month right before I left on my trip. Then I was gone for just under 2 weeks. Then I came home and I actually moved apartments the next day. So it was 2 days of moving. And now I have 10 days, 12 days to do my entire mail club because I leave town again. It's just that time. People are getting married. I'm visiting family. I feel like summer is just a really busy travel time for me. So this is so much in the intro, but I am working really hard. I'm working my butt off this weekend after work this week to just get all of my mail club supplies all together. And I thought that one thing that it would be worth talking about at the beginning of this video in this behind the scenes vlog is talking about how I'm making changes now that I feel will reduce the amount of time it takes for me to do things throughout the month. And basically what I mean by that is there are small things that I do over and over again. And in the back of my mind, every single month, I'm always asking, can I not necessarily automate this because this isn't an online task, but are there things that I can do to sort of reduce the amount of time that this will take in the coming months? Because obviously my hope is to grow the mail club at least a little bit every single month. And so that means that things are just going to take longer. And the first thing that came to mind is when I cut all of my mail club papers down to size, there are multiple cuts that I am making. And one example of that is, you guys know I write my newspaper for readers. I'll show you guys. This is a little preview of the newspaper that I have for next month. This is the August newspaper. And previously what I had done is the newspaper that I create itself would sort of automatically get printed in the middle of this paper. And then I cut off both edges so it shrinks. But I was like, can I somehow update the formatting and shift it so the newspaper automatically goes on the right side and then I can just cut off the left side? So basically I'd be reducing one cut, which does not sound like very much, but when you are taking the paper cutter over and over again, and I could half that work, that's huge. That's huge, huge, huge. And I was able to successfully do that for the letter. But the newspaper is really hard because I'm printing on front and back, and when you print things, it flips automatically in printing. And it's been kind of a formatting nightmare, and I'm still working on it right now. So I've printed a bunch of potential copies of this and the formatting just hasn't worked. The closest that I've gotten, not that one. The closest that I've gotten is this. Nope, not that one. The closest that I've gotten is this one. And so right now I was able to get it to print and then it's properly aligned, so I can just cut this side off, but it's still cutting off some of the words. I don't know if it's gonna focus or not, but it's cutting off some of the words on the side there. So I need to shift it over to make sure that the words aren't getting cut off, because that's sort of the next problem. Then, oh my God, I'm talking at you guys so much in this intro. I have so much to say. I have so much going on. Then I basically need to proofread this. I always like to read the physical copies first and just make sure that this is all good to go. And then I'm gonna start printing all of my newspapers today. It is, what's the date today? I think it's July 11th. And again, I leave town on July 20th. So I don't have a lot of time to get everything all done. But you know what? It's just gonna be a work-filled weekend, and that's okay because I love doing this. So those are some of my updates for the day. I am so sorry that I feel like I just came out guns a-blazing, and my apartment has nothing in it. Nothing is moved in. You guys can see my bookshelves totally empty. it's just a crazy time right now. It's a crazy time. It's a crazy time. I do feel actually a little bit better now that I've gotten some of that off of my chest, but I'm gonna hopefully fix the formatting of this one more time and then get to printing all these newspapers out. August reads more like August needs. It's been a couple hours and I thought we could do a little unboxing of my mail club supplies while I fill you guys in on some of the other things that I've been doing to potentially reduce time when it comes to packing and prepping everything for mail club. Again, it is late in the month for me to be receiving supplies. But since I was out of town, I couldn't send anything to my apartment because it would just be sitting outside my door potentially for a week or more. So the first thing that I got is envelopes, and as you guys now know, I have settled on a green color for my mail club envelopes. But one thing that I was struggling with last month is I ordered a new Cozy Reader Club stamp, basically to improve branding, where I stamped on every single letter my like custom stamp that says read more and scroll less. And I love that like concept because that's essentially my mission with the mail club. However, the stamp when I would do it smudges on these envelopes, and so I have to let it dry, and that added a whole other step to the process. And so I checked on Vistaprint, and they actually do custom envelopes where you can pick the color of the envelope, put your brand, like put your little logo on the envelope. I can also have my return business address already printed on there, so it would save me a few steps. But the problem is these are peel and stick and the Vistaprint ones are not. And so the next thing that I have to research is if there's a way to easily seal up those envelopes. Like, is there like some kind of applicator that I can get, something that like wets, I don't even know if that's the right word, something that kind of moistens up the seal so I can seal it shut, because the peel and stick is so nice. And so I would be gaining some things but losing that, and so it's been kind of a battle on if like I want to proceed with that. So what I did is I ordered a couple demos, I guess, a couple test envelopes, and they're gonna come when my bookmarks arrive, I think. So I ordered the bookmarks and the envelopes at the same time. So hopefully those should get here within the next couple of days. And then I can decide for the September mail club if I want to order a bunch of these like branded envelopes or if I want to just continue using these with the stamp. I really don't love the smudging and like just that step, but I think branding is really important. I feel like the longer that I've done this, the more important I realize that like branding everything is so crucial. So that's that. The next thing that I got is lots of things actually. So we have, this just looks like a bunch of paper and essentially it is. So one of these is my thick construction paper that I print out my activity on, and I just do this on like a really nice tan paper. Super nice. Then the next three are my like vintage looking paper, and it looks just like regular white until I open it. And so yeah, this is where I print the personal letter. I print it on this like vintage kind of brown speckled paper. I call it vintage. I don't know what the right word for it is, but sort of this old-timey look. And so one way that I'm going to be reducing cutting time this month is I figured out with the newspaper guys update, I think I figured out how to get it properly formatted. It's a little bit tedious and annoying, and I'm going to have to make new templates for my future newspapers, but I think I figured it out. If I did all of the right things, then we're good. It's actually printing in the other room. That's why I'm filming out here in my living room. The printer is very loud. So I think I figured that out. So I'm gonna have one less cut, half the cuts on the newspaper and also half the cut on the personal letter, because I also have those shifted all the way to the right. So I just have to cut off one side, which is insanely helpful. Like I wish people could understand how much reducing one little step really just is like it brings some of your time back. So I'm super happy about that. Hello. I'm updating the vlog. And then the last two things that I got are these gold seal stickers, and this is basically what seals up the rest of the envelope. And then the last thing is Canon ink. I have to refill the ink cartridges every single month, so I am considering getting a new printer because of how expensive the ink is, but obviously a new printer is a new investment, or like another investment. So that's something I'm gonna figure out a little bit later in the year, but for now I have the Canon cartridges, and that's everything. Today is July 15th, and I have made so much progress on Mail Club this month in such a short amount of time. I don't remember if I said this before, but I have like a week and a half of free time sandwiched in between two big trips that I'm going on this month. And so I don't actually have a ton of time to get all of my Mail Club stuff done. And it's hard because each month we've been growing and we have new people joining the club, which I am so beyond grateful for. But at the same time, that means it just takes more time each month, and this month I have less time to do it. Like I literally have a week and a half to get all of the physical work done, and that's kind of been terrifying me so much this week because I also do work. But it's the 15th and I have really good and promising updates. So I need to get like a dresser or a bin or something for the office, because the drawers and stuff that I have right now I'm growing out of, and I just don't have room for all of my supplies and just like the assembly line and stuff. So I think I'm gonna get a dresser or something at some point for all of my Mail Club. But I've spent the last few days folding and cutting everything. So I have all of the personal letters folded, signed, and the little heart sticker on there sealing it shut. Then I've also folded and cut all of the Cozy Reader newspapers. So these are looking really good for the upcoming month of August. I also don't know if I've said this, but for the month of August, we are up to 185 members, which is just so cool. And we're like shipping to more states and more countries every single month. And I've just also, you guys have been writing me back the kindest notes. And when I'm not in this busy season of traveling, I do intend to write as many people back as I can. I just sort of have to get through this time that I'm in right now. As I was saying, I have cut and taped and printed all of those. Then I also cut down all of the activities this month, and I tried something new, and I'm so curious to hear what you guys end up thinking about this. But I created a bookish bingo for the season as like the activity, which isn't quite a word game or a word activity. Like this is different than like a word search or a crossword or something like that. But since this is a book community, I feel like book activities throughout the month are also perfectly acceptable. Like just some kind of activity thing that you can write on. And there's two parts to it. So I have a bookish bingo that's just like for the season. And then I was also thinking that maybe the prompts that I'm doing for you guys aren't perfectly suited to the types of books that you read. So I also created a blank alternate version on the back, so you guys could like fill this in with your own book bingo and do it that way. And I'm really excited about this. In the little instructions, I wrote, for the month of August, try to complete this bookish bingo. 5 across equals winner. August not long enough, keep it till you complete it. And so the idea is I wrote this for like 1 month, but I don't know how many books you guys read, what genres you're reading. And so I wanted to make it clear that like you can set the timeline, you know, like if you read 1 book a month, this could be for the whole year. Or if you read like 10 books in a month, it could just be for August. You could do it for Q3. So like, what's that? July, August, September. The world is your oyster. So that is these guys. And then I also have all of the bookmarks have come in the mail, and I love these. I think they turned out so sweet. So one side is just like this beautiful gazebo in a garden, and then the back side is just like flowers that you might see in that garden, and I think it's so beautiful. I recently read The Someday Garden by Ashley Poston, and it just felt like the perfect like July, August, summertime time read. And so I'm thinking about like secret gardens and just like the beauty of flowers in summer. And so this just felt like the perfect little bookmark to go along with that. And then I have so many updates for you guys. You know what? That's why we're here. It's so you can see all the behind the scenes. So I have all of that. Bookmarks are here. And then I also have put I won't show you, but I put my return business address on all of the envelopes. And then I also have stamped every single one of the envelopes with my business stamp. And it's again, one of those things where each step takes a good amount of time, you know, like you don't really think about it probably when you get the envelope, but each little thing is like a whole step. And so I've been trying to think about, I know I talked about this earlier in the vlog, think about small things that I can do just to reduce the time it takes to finish these activities, because again, each thing adds up. Like even just today when I was watching a little bit of booktube and folding things up, and I've been timing myself just to see how long each thing takes. I didn't time everything, but like folding up all of the personal letters, like just folding these, not signing, not printing, not writing, just literally folding the page, took me just under an hour. It took me 52 minutes to get through like 190 something, because I do a few extras just in case people's envelopes get lost in the mail. And so that's like an hour for those, an hour for the newspapers. It took me half an hour just to like put the little heart stickers on. And so I'm like, okay, if there's little things that I can do to reduce time, it just makes it more sustainable for me to be able to send this to more people, because eventually I'm either going to have to close signups or like hire out someone to help me, but I like don't know how to do that. So I would need to like hire someone just to like do some hourly work for me, just to help with the folding part. Like I would still sign everything, I would still write everything, but just like the packaging, because eventually, like especially with a full-time job, like I wouldn't be able to keep this up. All of that to say, I have ordered an envelope from Vistaprint where basically it comes already having my logo on it, like my little, it's not my logo, but like my custom stamp. So it's already stamped. And then also, I guess I'll cover up like the important information. Also, my return business address is already printed on there. So like people can write back to me, of course, if they want to. So it takes the time of stamping, like at this point, basically 200 letters, and also putting the sticker of my return address on here, which like I feel like would help. But the downside of this envelope is it does not have the peel and stick adhesive. So I would need to buy like an envelope sealer where basically you just like, it's kind of like a glue stick or like double-sided tape, almost like you just like, I don't know how it works, I haven't got it, but you roll it across the envelope and it like moistens the seal and then you just close it. And I don't know how long that process takes. Like, is that gonna add all of the time that I'm saving from getting things printed onto the envelopes? I have no idea. Every single month, my goal has just been to make the Mail Club 1% better. So like, if there's one small thing that I can do to either improve my writing or improve the amount of time that it takes to do something, or make it so my subscribers have a better experience being in a part of the club, that's what I'm trying to do. So every month I'm like, what is the thing that I've done this month to make it better? And so next month, I feel like the thing that I'm gonna try to do to make it better is get these envelopes custom done. But I have to, it's a little bit of a scary decision because I do have to make a pretty bulk order for it to be worth it. Otherwise I lose like a ton of money. So that is a little bit scary. And honestly, I'm not gonna think about it until I come home from my next trip. But I have all of that to say. Today's Wednesday the 15th, and I need to ship out all of these letters on, I think it's Saturday the 19th, which is a lot earlier than I usually ship out all my letters, or no, Saturday the 18th, because I'm leaving town on a Monday to go to San Diego to visit my family. Post office is closed on Sunday, so I have to go on a Saturday, which means I'm not gonna do any more work today. So I basically have Thursday, Friday, Saturday to pack everything. I think I can do it, but it is like it is a little bit stressful. I can't even lie. It's just been almost every single day for the last like week. I've been doing something different. I was writing, or I was printing, or I was cutting. Like every day I've been doing things to break up all of the work. And so I also don't want this to sound like complaining at all. I'm having so much fun. Like it's just the most wonderful thing to listen to my audiobook and fold, or watch a YouTube video and put stickers on things. Like I love it, but under time circumstances, like under this time restriction that I have, it's not my favorite thing ever. So that's also just one thing about this. Like there aren't really any days off, you know, like I'm going to send all these out and then the clock starts again for the next month. So that's also just something to consider if you guys are thinking about starting a mail club or joining one, just knowing the amount of work involved. I think that's honestly all that I have to say in this update. I can't even see how long I've been going. I've been talking for so long in this update. I didn't even mean to do that. But yeah, that's kind of everything that I've been working on lately. I am just gonna get to packing things up, and I'll probably update you guys when I have put everything into their respective envelopes, and maybe when I'm like putting some stickers on things. So now I'm gonna take a little break. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. I'm actually gonna go do some book shopping tonight, which I think is gonna be so fun because my TBR is a little measly, little tiny stack, and I need to go buy my my book club read. I can't get it from the library, so I want to go and buy it, and then I'll be reading it immediately. I'm gonna go relax, and I will catch up with you guys when I am back to all of this work, which will be very soon. I should have known that this was going to happen, but in the chaos of the month, and just like as I got closer and closer to the day that I needed to send out all of my letters, filming for the vlog just totally went out the window. I'm honestly shocked that I got as much footage as I did. I've started editing this video now, and I realized I never like came back and updated you guys. And so I did just want to let you all know that I successfully sent out everyone's letters on that Saturday, which was like 5 or 6 days earlier than I normally send out letters. I normally aim for the 25th as my ship out date. I don't like commit to that anywhere on the website. It's sort of just my personal day or number that I like to get everything sent out by. But if things change, then that's obviously totally fine, as long as letters aren't getting to you guys super late. I feel like if I shift things earlier, that's kind of fun and a nice bonus for everybody, because you just like get your letter earlier. So that's what ended up happening, and I did do it, and I ended up like panicking so much that I had a day to spare. Like I finished almost everything on Friday, so then I could ship out all of the letters on Saturday morning, which was great. Like I thought I was going to need a lot of Saturday, but I just used like after work time on Thursday and Friday, and I like got all of the work done that I needed to. A few things that I learned is when planning trips, sometimes it's not like in my control, but if I do have control over like the travel days that I'm going on, I feel like I need to be careful about mail clubs. So like this past month, it was difficult because I had a bachelorette party to go to, and then like 2-3 weeks later, I had the wedding. So it was a little bit complicated and out of my control this time. Like there were trips and events happening for friends that I did not plan. So this month is not a good example, but now I know for me that when I am planning trips or planning vacations or even events like at home in Dallas, like keep in mind the busy season. Like each month, my busy week is like the second and the third week of the month, and then things calm down for the next 2 weeks and it starts up again. So if I can be home around those weeks of the year or weeks of the month, that would be awesome. And again, I understand it's not fully in my control, but that's just something to keep in mind. I don't have any clips of like packing or shipping everything out, but just know that I did it. And hopefully by the time that this video goes live, you guys have your Cozy Reader Club envelopes and your bookmarks and your cute little bingo activity in the newspaper and all of that fun stuff. And so as always, at the end of this video, I did just want to say that if any of you guys are interested in signing up for the Cozy Reader Club, I have it linked in the description box of this video. It is so much fun, and if you are a reader who hopes to scroll less and read more, I honestly think that this is the perfect club for you. And finally, if you are not a reader, but you're just someone who stumbled on these small business vlogs, these mail club vlogs, and you're looking for inspiration on starting a mail club, I do have an entire playlist on my channel where every single month I do one behind the scenes vlog of my mail club. So if you guys are interested in that and just like learning and watching me learn as I go, I'm gonna link that in the description box as well. But I think that's it. I think I'm gonna leave you guys here, and I'm actually starting my next mail club vlog, and I'm determined to go a lot more in depth with like packing and products and like that second half of the month craziness. I'm going to try to document that a little bit better this next month. So I hope you guys are having the absolute best day and the absolute best reading month. Don't forget to subscribe if you are interested in more bookish or mail club content. And I will see you guys on Saturday for my next bookish upload. Bye.